Alright, boys and girls, men and women, and by that I mean like the 2 to 5 people that watch these. No, they've been getting pretty good views on YouTube. Seems like a lot of people are watching them back, which is great. But, yep, we are ready for the Michigan 400 with our slightly new paint scheme. A couple sponsors swapped around, a little bit of font change. Not quite a font change, but a car number color change. Because we got a few new sponsors, so we got True Value as the main one. We need to maintain our average finish at 35th, qualify in 40th or better. For goodies, headache powder on the back. Finish ahead of Jimmy Means. That one's going to be a fun one. And then Nescafe and the other True Value are just participate. We have one more race before we get engine power up in the shop. And 2 races till anything else seems to... Well, 1 race for a repair here, and then that's about it. We still have Mark Martin leading the points by 32 over Bill Elliott, Jeff Bodine in 3rd, Rusty Wallace, and Earnhardt, I don't know which stream it was, but he tanked from Battle and Martin for the lead to pretty far back. Let's see, I think quick select would be fine, but I'll just go ahead and manual select. I also have a not so great cough that comes in and out while talking, so I'm going to apologize because I don't have a quick mute button, so if that happens, it happens. I can't really do a whole lot about it at the moment. Just kind of a residual cough since I got sick a few weeks ago. Seems to have kind of carried over. Alright, let's qualify before I throw the pylon up. Oh, I have the wrong interiors in here. What'd you do, Neko?
Guess what I did today.
I have the wrong... Hang on, I need to change a couple textures out.
Nico Darius said I interviewed a current driver and I can't wait to have that come out.
Oh, sick. Very cool. I have textures to get rid of here that I was testing out for something and I don't need them, so... I gotta cycle the textures. So some of the cars will probably blink out and in, but we're back to what our texture is supposed to be. I forgot I had that stuff I had to clear it out. Oh, we should be good now. That's cool, dude. I've yet to get to do anything like that, and I'm honestly, I know I'm not reacting much, but I'm actually very jealous of that. That's a really cool thing. I mean, I've had the pleasure of getting to race a few of them on iRacing and different things, and help a couple of them practice for Bristol Dirt, and then a couple of them practice for Talladega doing team stuff. But that was in bigger groups and less direct than an interview would be. So that's really cool. I think the most direct interaction I've had with a driver was Tony Stewart. We got to race him. Mobile One had a promo event, and all of the guys who were in at the time, the Peak Series. Oh wow, we're qualifying really well. All the guys that were in the Peak Series at the time got to race with him in this Mobile One event at Pocono, and I think it was a fixed setup situation. And I ended up racing near him like a good portion of the race. Ooh, nice. Top 10 even. We're not going to stay there, but we'll see how we do. But I want to finish the story before we let MRN talk. The next week on a Wednesday, his sprint car series was running at Grandview. And I wasn't planning on going, but my one friend that lives down there asked me, said, "Hey, I got, I'll pay your way. They don't like to go to events alone, and I get it." So I went with them, and I got the chance to talk to Tony. And I had an iRacing hat on, and it was in a moment he was like kind of done with the crowd. He signed and met some people, and and then he's like, "Hey, I got to go to work," because he was on the quad waiting to go back out and prep the next race or whatever. And I was the last person I'm like to get a chance to chat with him. or meet him or whatever, and he spotted the iRacing hat, and I said to him, I'm like, hey man, it was great racing with you on iRacing last week, and he's like, kind of gave me a look. I said, that Mobile One event you did. Hey, what's up, Charlie? I said, that Mobile One event last week, I was in that race with you, and he goes, oh cool, what car number were you? And I said 77, and and I said, I was running with you, me and you were swapping the positions mid pack, for some of it, and that was cool as heck. But we chatted for like 15 minutes about that race and about how like we were trying to tell him like, hey, downshifting and iRacing is something you wanted to do at Pocono at the time, because he wasn't shifting. We could hear he wasn't shifting, and he still, without downshifting, was keeping pace with like some of the best people in iRacing. I was pretty impressed with how quick he got used to not having the seat of your pants feel. But we talked for like 15 minutes about it. It was really cool. The ironic thing though, my friend is a photographer, and they didn't take a picture. The whole time that I was standing there chatting with him, they didn't take one picture. I'm like, how do you not take a picture for me? Oh, man. All right, well, let's get this fired up. Let MRN do their thing.
Welcome everyone to Michigan International Speedway for our coverage of the Michigan 400. What can we expect in this race, Barney?
Well, look for speeds approaching 200 miles an hour and cars running 3 and 4 wide. That's a recipe for some exciting stuff.
The Sears Craftsman car.
Oh, no, my paint. Oh, yeah, they're going to reload.
He definitely needs a good finish, not just for himself, but for the team, the sponsors,
I didn't
and
redump my
everyone else
paint.
involved with that team.
The 66 car must have had problems.
Don't mind the flickering cars. I had to cycle textures. We're going to have to do it again.
Said also, some hacker network tried to access my Microsoft account.
Well, that's not good.
Now and then.
The 8 car.
That's been happening to me for years.
He had hoped for so far.
Well, his crew chief assured me this morning
Nico
that they're not a
Darius.
fast car.
Said 1,431 times since March 30th.
Oh.
Let's keep an eye on him and see how it goes.
I'm trying to dump my car real quick because I forgot that it changed with the sponsors and I didn't have the new one, so I'm going to let this play out a little bit until I get my paint scheme in. Because we changed sponsors last stream, so we got a new car to run. Maybe I'll just start the race and we'll do it real quick here. 'Cause it should dump it pretty quick. Right there. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, that's fine. It should only take a minute. There it is. Okay, I got the name. Dumps, get the replacement. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. And there's that one. And now if I reload textures, again, everybody's going to kind of flicker in and out. Some of them might. Now our new paint scheme's in. Okay, sorry about that. And we'll put the pylon on as well. Where's my pylon on the stream? Oh, I was hiding it. There she is. Okay, sorry. Forgot I had to cycle the new paint in, but we're good now. Oops. Oh, Greg Sex starting up front. I see the 75 behind us there. I mean, we're going to get smoked here, but again, don't mind the flickery cars. They'll sort themselves out in a little bit of time. Just switching between low res and high res. Since we had to reload them in the middle of the game. Well, that's why I recommend restarting the game when you do stuff like new textures. Oh, hey, Davey's up here to start. Oh, also I shortened this by 5 laps because Michigan's that weird track where at 25%, you cannot make it on fuel as far as the AI, and you have to do an extra stop than most of the field. So I changed it now that it's 45 laps, so we should be able to make 45. Actually, I'm not even sure. I'm not sure what we can and can't make, but we'll try to make 45 here on one stop or whatever it is. I forget if it's 2 or 3 stop. It's 1, 2, or like at normal 25%. Alright, so my goal is to try to get top 30, because I know we were around 30th last
Said
time.
that's super realistic though.
Nico Darius said your engine sucks.
It's not super realistic that you get worse fuel mileage than other people who run 43rd. That's not...
Said 3 pit stops is normal.
Okay, well, it'll be 2 then.
Charlie Fibrosis said I don't know if they did something with NT 2004 vs NT 2003, but when I've raced Michigan, the car is absolutely flying.
I don't know. We've got adjusted AI anyway, so we should be, you know, around 30th-ish. That's kind of my goal, is top 30. Because I know when we first ran Michigan, I think I was running like 31st or something until the pit cycled to where we had to pit an extra time, and then we ended up in the back. And last stream, Talladega and Watkins Glen were such disappointments and not great times that they could have been. We need to redeem ourselves a little bit. They get swarmed here. Everybody's gonna flicker. My God, they're on the full aggression here.
Said flying to the back.
Yeah, I didn't say I was flying, Nico. I'm flying. Backwards is right, but I didn't make a claim that I was fast here. Oh. Alright, Dave Marcus is driving Jay McMurray's car. Curtain pull revealed. That's how close they are to you when they switch from high res to medium res, though. Like for the car textures, they're still pretty close to you when they switch, which is kind of silly.
Falcon 1824 said AJ, how's the race going?
As expected. We just started. I started top 10, which was not expected, I guess, but I'm immediately fading to around 30th, which is to be expected. Fun thing is, though, for this second Michigan race, there's quite a few fun people that started this race. It didn't run too many others, so we have a good full field of expected drivers here.
Nico Darius said just started. Falcon 1824 said to the back LOL.
That's rookie season, man. It's part of it. I just wish I could get the qualifying to work the way I want it to. Because it does affect... They changed the qualifying speed from what you set it to in the tool, which works for race now, in career mode, I think based on your car rating. The worse your car is, the slower they make the qualifying AI. The better your car is, the faster they make them. So I think we're in this weird spot where early career, you're going to do way better than you should in qualifying, and late career, you're going to do way worse than you should in qualifying, which is not great. Also, just a reminder for anyone who just got in here and didn't hear me earlier, I have a bad cough when I'm talking a lot that I've had for a couple weeks now, and I can't do a whole lot about it. I don't have a good way to mute real quick, so apologies in advance for that. I'll do my best to spare you. I feel it right now. I feel like I need to, but I'll do my best to spare you guys of trying to be too loud with it, but no promises. I mean, on the bright side, we get to race with Tim Richmond. The downside is Tim Richmond shouldn't be back here. So I just realized I have the pylon in such a way I can't really look at it myself. You guys can see it. I can't see it that well. Let me click on that window and then this. Okay, now I'm good. I just left hand use the mouse control on a straightaway and let go of the steering. This is quite the pack we got here, though. This is a pretty good group here. Ted Musgrave making a start here is one of the ones that, you know, mimicking real life's roster for this race. That's a fun one. So I think he only made 2 starts that year. I might be wrong. I forget exactly what the stat was, but there wasn't many. And I feel like this was his first or second start was this race. Excuse me. There it is, that cough. I was waiting for it. Didn't help I ran a dirt race last night. That's, you know, dust in the lungs. Although it wasn't really dusty. It was actually, it was more muddy, if anything. Well, we were in the midst of that pack, and they just kind of gapped us there. I mean, we got ahead of Tim Richmond, but still fading overall. Oh, somebody blew up. I don't know why I said ooh, but... Oh, Jeff Bodine! Was that Bodine? Yeah, it was. He was leading! Oh my god. And he's up there in points, too. Mark Martin is going to get... It's Martin and Bill Elliott are first and second in points right now. And they're first and second in the race, but Bodine, I think, was third. And had a lot of wins on the season already. So that's big time points implications there. I actually think we might still be tight on fuel for the length we need to go. Yeah, we got 4 points for a couple clean passes on Tim. Get another one here. We get a big old run from the draft. As he blocks us way down. He's blocking it way down. Go high, get the arc. Actually, I'm really bad out of 2. I get really tight out of 2 usually. So that ain't gonna help any. I feel like we're catching that group now. Maybe I should just draft him. Yeah, because we pulled away from Greg Sachs behind us there. Wait, Dick Johnson is in this field. I didn't realize he was one of the ones. Is he in this? Was he in this race? I guess he was. He had to be, because I went off of what the stats were.
Falcon 1824. Cedric had 11 starts in the 2-car, 4 in the 22, and 6 in the 98. Nico Darius said so. Who wanna join me in AJ's Discord?
Nico, are you trying to steal my viewers right now? There's 5 people here according to my thing, and you're trying to steal viewers already. What the heck? Or are you guys going to do a watch party? That's different. Y'all can do that all night. That'd be great. Rick had 11, so Rick in the 2-car, 4 in the 22, and 6 in the 98. Rick Mast. Yeah. That's not who I was talking about, though, Falcon. I'm not sure. A watch party. Okay, that I'm down for. That's actually kind of really fun.
Nico Darius.
And you guys could all make fun of me together.
Nico Darius said we doing a watch party. Falcon 1824 said yeah.
We're in a weird bubble of no traffic right now. I should have just stuck behind Tim. I tried to pass him there last lap. Wait, I have to make it to end of 22 to have a shot, because I'm probably going to get lapped before the race is over, knowing how we run. So I need to make it to the end of 22 to be able to make it to the end of the race, and I don't know how that's looking right now with fuel.
Said we are making fun of your driving.
That's fine. I watch Neko's series. How many DNFs do you get in a season, bud? I know darn well how y'all run. Also, head-to-head, I'll take anybody. Heads up, fix, setup, anything. Any sim, any game. I'll take y'all on. I tried to have a community night with y'all with Wreckfest just to get the ball rolling. Nobody showed up. So y'all want to go heads up? I'm game. I don't care what game it is. If we have a way to do it, I'll do it. Pick a car, pick a track. I'll take yous all on. Sounds like fun. Work with a nice 77 car up here. What is Kenny doing back here? He must have had some bad Michigan races or something with his stats. Ooh, Plowed. Plowed turn 2. Also, all of y'all do custom setups that I've seen for your seasons and career modes. You don't even have the guts to run the fixed setup and try to make the most of crap. I mean, it's okay. It's not crap.
Nico Darius said, "Look at this dude racing in 24th LMAO."
Yeah, in the
Nico Darius
shit car.
said, "So tight in turn 2."
Yep. I don't know why y'all gotta roast me on a game that we know is...
Nico Darius said, "My custom setup sucks LMAO."
That's not good. Then why run it? Run the default. Like I said, we ran... Oh, my mouse is on the screen. Why didn't y'all tell me my mouse is on the screen? Get that out of here. I literally, mid-corner, I moved the mouse holding this. Y'all making fun of my driving. I bet you can't do that without wrecking. I know I wrecked showing you the controller almost. Oh, I didn't wreck, but I went on the apron there, but...
Nico
Y'all
Darius
roasted me over nothing.
said, "I wonder if Jeff Bodine will come back on track."
I don't know. We had that happen once, I think, early in the season. Somebody came back out, if I remember right. Usually, I've noticed... I'm not sure if it's true or if it's linked to it, but I think you have to have a caution for that to happen. We're not going to make it, by the way. Even with 45, we're not going to make it on one stop. Can I even go one more? I'm going to try it. Oh, the AI started pitting. How does that work? If 50 were close, 45 were still not... I don't understand. We'll coast it into one. I'll try fuel saving the whole rest of the race, I guess. Okay, well, we have to pit now. A little slow in the entry, but that's okay. Better slow than speeding. Alright, I did not get a chance to update the pit crew suits, so they don't completely match our new paint, or our new sponsor's layout. It's similar paint.
Falcon 1824 said, "I don't use custom setups for Deegan, not anywhere else."
Oops, I just moved everything around. You don't use them for Dega, for not anywhere else. What? I'm confused. You don't use custom setups for Dega, not anywhere else. So you do use them for Dega only, or you don't use them for Dega and you do use them everywhere else? Because that's... I'm confused.
Nico Darius said, "I wish I had this overlay for the crew." Nico Darius said, "Would be cool." Falcon 1824 said, "No, I use them for Deega."
Oh, okay. Because you typoed, you said you don't, and I got confused. No, see, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But I know Neko, I know Needham, I know all those guys use them everywhere.
Said, "Yes, only Deega."
Pretty much. I forgot Harry Gant's mad at us from the road course. Alright, I'm going to start saving fuel now, even though I don't think it's going to be possible for us to go 25 laps when we can barely do 20 there. Oop. I screwed that all up. Almost blew the damn motor going into one. Yeah, I don't see any way we're going to save 5 laps. There isn't enough off-throttle time at this track. Even adding a little bit. But they're all going to make it now. Probably more of them are going to make it on one stop than before. So I guess I had to make the race 40 for me to make it in the rookie season. That's kind of ridiculous. I'm trying to milk the off-throttle time.
Said draft.
Yeah.
Nico Darius said off-throttle time. Nico Darius said call Honda.
I don't understand why I would call Honda for that. I mean, draft is just, it depends on the traffic we get. You can't really control that too much. Now, if we get a yellow in the middle of this run, that'd be okay too. That'd be helpful once we cycle here. But I'm running, honestly, I'm giving up time. That's way slow for 1 and 2. I don't know if it'll be even worth it. Because they don't have to save. They could just go however far they could go. Three and 4, that's not too bad of a pace. But 1 and 2, I'm definitely giving up too much. Alright, a yellow at this point is fine because we're back in the lead lap. But now we're also going to be running a lot worse than we were since I'm saving. So what's my fuel burn? About a gallon a lap, maybe a little more than that. I think it was 1.2 was what it was earlier. Oh yeah, way too slow for 1 and 2. I keep forgetting what end of the track I'm at. Here comes Petty and Moroso. Also the leaders catching up. So to do 20 laps with 16 gallons, I need to be burning like 0.7 something, I think. I could be wrong there. But I think I'm burning still a freaking gallon just about. I was running well.
Said so. Activate chaos mode.
Till I start, yeah. Activate chaos mode. You can mid-race. I don't know what it. Actually, mid-race I don't think it works anyway, because it's already loaded a certain way. I could be wrong. I wanted to draft you, but you stayed up high, and you got a bad exit, Petty. Also, Neil's still mad at me from Watkins Glen as well. That's another car I forgot about. Should I even keep saving? Like, am I losing too much time here? Oh god, maybe if I paid attention to the road. Also, that wall juts out there, but I was not paying enough attention at the moment. Alright, let me look at the fuel burn this lap. We'll save one more and then we'll see what it is. So I gotta pay attention to where we're at versus the line. Alright, so 13... It was at 13.9, kind of mid 13.9. Or I should say mid 13.8 really, because it didn't tick down till then. I'll just say mid 13.9, it's easier, whatever numbers are on screen.
Falcon 1824. Said go Neil.
He's gonna hit me probably when he gets here. I think he's mad enough to hit me. Yeah, we're still burning about a gallon a lap, and which is not gonna even be close to making it. Well, then again, let me think. Because we're going to get lapped, so we don't need to make as many. We need to make one less than what I was thinking. Granted, if we go for 12 laps from here, we're still going to be short by 2. But before I was short by 4, so I don't know, maybe I was saving enough. I guess I'll just keep trying it. I mean, I look at it this way. If I don't save... The only point in going hard right now is hoping for a yellow. Because otherwise we have to pit. Or, actually, if other people pit a second time as well. That's the other reason to go. Oh, Mark Martin faded during the cycle, I see. Pit stops. Alright, I'm halfway at the end of 31, which is 11 laps, so that means I could go 22, which only puts me the end of 42. So I'm still nowhere close. Alright, let's just run away from Neil. Actually, that's worse, because then he gets a big wind-up if he decides to hit me. Nope, he decided not to. Cool. Thanks, Neil. Is he mad enough? No, he's not. I guess not. Just mad enough to have the icon. Maybe I should try this. Lift later, coast longer in the corner. I don't know. At least when I have to draft. I mean, it don't matter if we have to make an extra stop. It don't matter who the heck's who we're racing with. Oops. I screwed that all up. So if we can't make it, we can't make it. Oh, rookie season cars ruining all the fun. Because we were running the first run before I started saving on the second run. If I saved the first run, we probably would have been fine, but I didn't think I had to. I shortened the dang race by 5 laps. I thought we'd be good. I'm starting to think the fuel burn adjusts based on the lap counter, and it's just going to be wrong no matter what we do. Because I'll have to go back and look at the old stream from the first Michigan race, because I didn't think we were like 8 laps short and the AI could make it. That seems a bit extreme.
Nico Darius said LOL. Nico Darius said 5 laps.
What about you? You need to give more context in your messages. 5 laps. What about 5 laps?
Nico Darius said I adjusted for like 9 and it was still off LMAO.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I think.
Wolf 75 white said hello. Smiley face. Is Jimmy Horton still off?
Yeah, he should be.
Said it's just an NT04 thing. Charlie Fibrosis.
Well,
said
hold
lap
on.
amount X fuel and tires on equals fuel burn.
Yeah, but nobody's told me that. I mean, like, if that's... That didn't seem to be the thing before, because I remember changing it very early on in some testing. I changed the lap counter. If you run... Okay, here's what I did, if I remember right.
Charlie Fibrosis.
Oh, you know what?
Said 10% races burns fuel faster than 20%.
Yeah, I know that.
100% races.
I know that. But what I'm saying is, this is not 25%, nor is this 10%, nor is this 100%. This is 25% minus 5 laps. So in game, I set it to 25%, which should use the 25% fuel burn and tire wear. But I decreased the number of laps with the mod tool by 5 for this race. It's normally 50 laps. It's 45. So it should be using the 25% fuel burn and tire wear with a slightly shorter race. But apparently that wasn't enough laps. I know I've done this before, though, in testing, because I really early on I did it to see if you could fudge like how many pit stops you have and things like that. Because if you set the game to a 10% race or a 5% race or whatever with pit stops, and then you raise how many laps there are by a large amount, then you'll have a 25% race with a bunch of pit stops, like 3-4 pit stops. I think Needham was doing that, actually, if I remember correctly, for a while. But what I'm saying is I changed the lap number, not the percentage any further. The percentage is still 25. I changed the lap number beyond that, or below that, depending on how you want to look at it. I don't know. Like I said, I'll have to look at the old stream and compare. I'm going to just draft Moroso and see if we can save fuel there a little bit. Doing not full throttle down the straights. I don't know how much that's modeled in this game, but we'll find out, I guess. Give me your draft. Stop running so high. I plow into. I can't do that. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to go 5 laps with 3 laps of fuel. It's just not going to happen. I gave up some draft there by waiting on the throttle. Holy crap, I just realized how big of a freaking lead Bill Elliott has. He's got over 12 seconds on Rusty here. We got lapped a while ago. God, I love having the intervals now.
Ian, Silver Wolf 75, white. Said poor Petty still struggling.
Honestly, we can't make it. I'm going to have to pit again anyway. There's no way I can save at this point. I've been saving.
Said Gant not doing so hot either.
Yeah, I'm not doing so hot either. Gant's more likely his actual stats for the oh god, what am I doing? The Michigan races.
Falcon 1824. Said where is Dale? He is not in the race.
What? What the fuck? Why? No, you're right. Oh shit. Hold on. Do we rerun this race? Because it can't. How the fuck do we not have Dale? What happened? That doesn't make any sense. I think we have to rerun it, don't we? And then I could shorten it, and we could fix our fuel issue. Oh, for fuck's sake. Good spot, though. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm leaning towards rerun the damn thing. Because that ain't right. We can't not have the frickin' 1990 points champion in the damn race. I mean, granted, Bodine blew up, and now he's not gonna. I don't know why, though. I have 42 full-time listed in my mod settings right now. Which would make 43 with us. Who's in the race that shouldn't be, though?
Charlie Fibrosis. Said rerun.
Okay.
Ian, Silver Wolf 75, white. Said Dale ran out of provisionals, I guess.
Yeah.
Falcon 1824. Said I was like, where is the champ head?
Yeah, the weird...
Charlie Fibrosis. Said if there are drivers that need to be in the title contention, then it needs to be fixed.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why, though. This is the only thing that concerns me. Who's in the race that shouldn't be is the real question. Was Rick Wilson in the fall race? Like, what part-timer made it, or do I have too many full-timers? It says 42. Where was Rick Wilson? He ran every race, didn't he? I don't see Rick. I'm, like, blind right now. What's his number color? It should be blue. Where the heck's Rick Wilson? There he is. So he's full-time. Who the heck is not... Who's in the race that shouldn't be? Maybe I'll look at the part. Okay, Phil Parsons isn't. Larry Pearson's not. I didn't see Mickey Gibbs. I didn't see Lake Speed. I don't see AJ Foyt, McDuffie. Dick Johnson's in the race and he shouldn't be. Why, though? That's weird. Alright, we'll rerun it. Let me just re-rack it as is. We'll call this a wash. Oy vey. see if oops, I forgot to disable. It ain't gonna work for me. We'll see if we'll look at who's in the race via the pylon before we even qualify. Or actually, as double penalty, I could just not qualify. Oh, then again, I won't get the sponsor objective. So, career load. Let's have to restart the pylon after we're in the track. Alright, so I don't see Dale again. I see Mark Stahl this time instead of Dale. What the hell happened? Let me look at this. Master. Earnhardt's right here. He's driver ID. We're gonna go behind the scenes. He's in Newman's slot. Bro, here you go. You guys are going to get to see some debugging in live progress here. Like this. Is driver ID. Where's the full-time, part-time thing? Should be status. Series is there. Oh, that's what it is, the series memory. Okay. Debug, open debugger. Go to address, that one there. 04. Why would he be set to 04? That's not right. He should be. Yeah, he should be 01. I wonder if I have a bug in the new tool with the car number thing. Alright, let's try it without checking the car number thing. Although he shouldn't be matching up with anybody. I'll have to debug it, like in my actual code. Oh, and then I broke it. Oh, because I have the file open, that's why. It can't write to a file that's active. Okay, let's try it without that checkbox and see if that helps at all. Yeah, this is a problem. Michigan 2, Michigan 1, Michigan there. Alright, I'm out of here, says Gordon. Finalize. Go to the schedule, make sure we shorten this one. Second Michigan race. You can just pause and hold on. 160 should make it 40. I still have to probably save a little, and that's fine. Uncheck the one driver per car number. Change this so we have. I took Jimmy Horton out. And if I set everybody that we have, we actually end up with 43 because of having Tim Richmond and Neil Bonnet and my dad and all that. So I actually left Jack Pennington out because he made a lot of races as part-time. Whereas everyone else, like down here, didn't run too many races, and I'd like to just see them just to have more variety. Okay, so that should recount to 42. Generate. Give it a moment. I might as well reset actually because the paints. Even though that would work with the cheats as long as I hit reload. I should have checked Dale's address again. Cheats, reload them so it loads all them. Okay. Go! I would go back to the debug mode, but at this point I think it'd just be fast. Why is my old paint in there? Oh my god, it's got the wrong paint. You know what? I don't even care. We're live failing right now. We'll run the wrong paint. I don't even care. It's gonna be whatever. Actually, the on-track paint should be the right one. Okay, I thought I just saw Neil. I thought I just saw Dale's name go by. I almost said Nail's Dame. Let's see. Was Chad Little supposed to be in? Yeah, okay. Chad Little, Dale Earnhardt. Okay, this looks good.
Said I know this feeling.
Alright, so...
Said happened to me 3 times LMAO.
Well, note for everybody watching, my one driver per number active has not been tested enough. My bad. I checked it to see whether two drivers of the same number showed up or not, and that was correct, but when I tested it. But I didn't look to see if the other people that are supposed to be there did or didn't show up right. So I guess I messed something up somewhere. So don't use that option right now. Just set who you want to be there, I guess, until I figure that out. This is what happens when you don't have time to do everything right the first time. But, you know, I made a mistake. We're good to go now. So we'll switch to full screen. I'll skip qualifying as a penalty. We'll skip the MRN just because time's sake. Alright, race is 40 laps. I'm gonna probably... Actually, no, we'll be getting lapped before it's over, so... I'll just run it out. Why does it seem like it's a different daytime or something? Like a different... We got like a lot of clouds this time. I don't remember having that last time. But we have the right drivers in here. They're going to blow us away early on. We'll have to fight our way up a little bit. That's kind of fun. Chad Little's in the Pelco car, which I think is correct for the time. I'm pretty sure he was not in the Bullseye car from Michigan. I think it was in one of the Pelcos. Excuse me. Oh, I don't have intervals showing. Hold on. Where's my screen? Intervals. They'll take a lap to well, they're going to take 2 laps to get sorted because we're already past the line. That's fine. Positionally, it should be correct, though. Well, apologies to everybody watching, but hey, I'm human. I make mistakes, just like anybody else. Now we got to sniff for the draft now that we're all up to speed here, and they're checking each other up a little bit. Yeah, the drivers that are OP are still OP. The ones that were off their normal pace are still off their normal pace. So I still haven't found where that happens in memory as far as where the final ratings get stored. That's all I have to find is just where the actual individual race, when you load into the track, where does that final piece of data go? Let's go 4 wide. Why not? Alright, game, you better give me move of the race. I've made a 4 wide pass for 3 positions going into turn 1. If we don't get move of the race this time, we know it's not coded to actually pay any attention to stuff like that. I also don't know if anybody's still out there because the spotter has not said anything. Excuse me. I'm dying. Hopefully not. I thought passing Neil clean would have got enough points off that he wouldn't be mad still, but apparently it only counts the car you're next to in a 4 wide situation, and not the other 2.
Nico Darius. Sid still there.
No, they're not. Stop it. Especially by the time you get, you know, Twitch or YouTube delay or whatever and chat and back and forth. Big run out of 4. The checkup though. Make sure the auto brake didn't get us. Luckily it didn't. Also, if you've never watched like old NASCAR races, go watch the first like 20 to 40 laps of pretty much any Michigan race. They were like I'm doing here, this 3 wide, 4 wide down the front stretch. Like that's how half the races were early laps in Michigan in like the late 80s, early 90s. I don't know what it was, but people were so racy early on, it was crazy. I think it was the 89 one was when I was watching a few years back, and I was like, man, I was enthralled in what was going on in the first like 30, 40, 50 laps. They kept having lead changes. They had people that took off really fast and people that had tires better, you know, later on, and it was pretty awesome. Mike Chase in the 23, Frey Miller Chevrolet, I believe, but they didn't have a logo on the back, so I'm not 100% sure. Go to the outside, go to the outside. Now we have the draft down the front stretch, and I still don't. They ran middle. Crossover. Don't push at it too bad. There we go. Nice. It actually turned. Alright, we'll see if we make it to halfway without saving. If we end up short by 1, then I'll save going into turn 3 the rest of the race, because I feel like turn 3 I can do so without giving up really much, if any, time. But turn 1, you getting back in the throttle so early, it kind of doesn't matter. And Jimmy Means who we got to beat for our sponsor goal, so this pass is important if we can stay ahead then throughout the day. Oh, I pushed it a 3. Oh no! Oh, that Jimmy I clipped? I thought I hit whoever I was next to. I don't even know who I'm next to right now. Wait, where's the other car? Was it Tim? Did he cross him over? It was a red car. I was blind to it. Apparently.
CT Racing Corner. Sid Yo-Yo.
What's up, CT? You missed me messing up, or the tool messing up. That Duke car numbers thing apparently has a bug with it, and I didn't know it. We ran almost all of Michigan, like literally a few laps to go, and then I think Falcon pointed out that there was no Dale Earnhardt in the field, and I was like, what? So, we rebooted. We unchecked the car number checkbox that I have on the finalized tab that apparently has bugs in it.
Nico Darius. Said CT.
Whoa.
CT Racing Corner. Said not much.
Apparently, CT in the Discord, they're having a watch party of my stream, which is fun. If you want to hang out in a voice channel with some people and hear them make fun of me. At least that's what they said they were doing, basically. See if I can hang on to Rick Mass Draft enough here to catch up to this group ahead. So the first one we ran here, Jeff Bodine blew up and Bill Elliott blew the field away. And right now, the top 3 are not, they've not left each other.
Sid and we are making fun of him.
Yeah, that's fine, whatever. Look, I'll take I'll take having viewers and then making fun of me over not having viewers. So, you know, y'all do what you want. Also, at the end of the day, when y'all are playing this and you're having a blast, you gotta remember, I'm the reason that you're able to even have these mods right now. So, you're welcome. Now make fun of me more. Go ahead. I don't care. I wonder how Matt Harry is. We'll check when we're in range if we catch him.
Nico Darius. Said I mean, we're always here though.
That's good. Appreciate it. I can't get the draft. Tim, get up here and push me. Oh, that's something else for a couple of you that were...
Nico Darius. Said I won't be happy until we get a points pylon option.
I thought about it, and I didn't think it was that big a deal. The amount of extra code, because the points are stored way elsewhere than where all this data is, it's not worth it. If you, look, here's the thing. I gave you an option to highlight certain drivers. So you could go ahead and highlight all your chase contenders and all your other people. Oh, they're picked really early because they can go so much further than us.
Said slow ass if it wasn't for all the painters, you would not have your goal.
What? Look, I'm not throwing shade on the painters, but 1990 would have been done.
Nico Darius. Said it's worth it to me.
Yeah, you want me to spend like 2 hours coding something extra that you're the only one that wants the feature. And 2 hours might be lowballing a little bit.
CT Racing Corner. Said LOL I would, but I'm at work right now. Join the BC in the Discord.
All good. Appreciate you tuning in despite being at work. Don't get in trouble though.
Falcon 1824. Said well I was the one who helped you paint 90.
Yeah, but if you didn't, I would have finished it. I still would have painted the rest of the cars, dude. Like, it just would have been a little later is all. Real Radman, he hasn't played the 90s mod yet. I don't think he's played with the pylon yet, so I don't think he wants it. And even if he did, I'm not doing features for certain people. I'm just working on what the majority seems to want or what I feel like working on.
Corner. Said no worries, it's slow as hell here, so I really don't got anything better to do.
That's good. Especially since you got to work the weekend, like it's good that it's chill.
Falcon 1824. Said I'm just giving you shit.
That's all you guys do. And then I take you serious because it's text chat to me. And I can't tell when y'all are joking. Alright, so we should be able to make it to that halfway mark on fuel. It's going to be just a little tight the very last lap. We might sputter coming around the pits or something, but we'll be alright. Oh, Jimmy means short pit. And so did Moroso there. So here they come flying on new tires. Ah. Why'd I get wobbly there? That was weird. Wobbly. Uh-oh. Why are they slow? What happened there? They got really slow up ahead. Rick Wilson just smoked. I think that's Rick. Just smoked by. Why are they still slow? It's not slow enough that somebody's out of gas. It's like somebody's off pace. What is going on? Bobby Hillen's holding up this whole pack. What is happening? Pass them, guys. I've never seen this.
Said, yeah, I don't got Easter off tomorrow. I'm working, but at extra money since it's a holiday and I had my birthday off and celebrated my mom's birthday even though she's not here anymore.
Oh, that's... Oh, man. I'm sorry, man. No, my dad's.
CT Racing Corner.
Oh, it's another month
Said
yet,
it was
but
nice.
that's good. So what happened there to Bobby Hillin happened once before in an earlier stream as well. We're gonna sputter around and coast down to the pits here. He had a flat right front, but was still going, and we didn't get a yellow. But we've had that happen. I feel like it was at
CT
Bristol or
Racing
something
Corner.
weird.
Said it's all good, it happens, it's life.
Yeah, it still sucks though, dude. I mean, like I said, I lost my dad when I was 25, and it's shit, you know. But
Nico Darius.
just keep on keeping on.
His motor and came back on track. Nico Darius.
No,
Said I've seen that so much lately.
I don't think he lost his motor because his right his right front fender was missing in my mirror when I passed
CT
him.
Racing Corner.
Oh god, I still have the game on speed up. I don't think he lost his motor, dude. I think he lost the right front. Well, then again, he's 9 laps down. I've seen them where they've blown up and come back and they've been slow, but he was missing the right front fender entirely. And it looked like the right front was flat. So that was weird. Alright, so luckily that now by adjusting Michigan to 40 laps instead of 50, we can make it on fuel on one stop along with the AI, and we don't have to just get completely messed up.
Nico Darius. Said speed up is not great SMH.
Yeah,
Nico Darius.
I don't even know. I didn't think I
Said that
turned it
happens
on.
Sometimes.
I must have bumped it. Well, you know what? I think I alt-tabbed between windows for a second while we were in the pits, and that tab triggers the speed up. So if I was in that window, it might have caught it differently. The thing I was gonna say earlier, I know you guys
CT Racing
on
Corner.
Discord.
Said,
Oh, wait.
yeah, I have a sticker made for my mom since my debut driving the race car at Stafford 1 week from today Saturday night. I make my lifelong dream come true.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to it. Yeah, we had stickers made up with my dad. I mean, he was a big racer at the track I race at as well, and yeah, we had all kinds of stuff going on. And that next race, I hadn't won a race prior to him passing, and since I think I'm second on the all-time win list or third maybe, and have 3 championships. Like, we've done well since then. It just sucks that I didn't get to celebrate any of that with him. But the week after he passed, like literally 5 days later, we raced that Friday night, and I led like half the feature. The car was slow on starts and restarts. We had an issue with the engine on low RPMs and stuff, and it didn't work great. It didn't launch great, so I'd lose the lead every time we had a restart. But then like 2, 3, 4 laps later, I'd get the lead back. And one of the runs later in the race, I trying to not take the leader out when I was trying to make a move on him. I had to check up mid-corner and, lost my groove. And I fell back to third. And I'm like, well, I guess, I'm going to end up third tonight, is the way it seemed, unless something happened, because the 2 guys I had in front of me weren't going to make mistakes, and we were running out of laps. Well, the leader's car broke. His right front, I don't know actually exactly what it was now that I think about it, but something in the right front suspension broke, and as we went into turn 1, his right front just sank into the ground, and on dirt, like on asphalt, that means you're going to the wall by yourself. On dirt, it dug into the ground, and it was like the best brakes ever. It slowed him down so fast that there was nothing the second place guy could do, and he rear-ended him and busted his radiator. And Jesus, late block Mike Chase. That was aggressive. And I was in third, and I was already trying to set into the corner to cut under them because I saw the big just park job the leader did with the brake, or with his right front braking, and I pitched the car to try to miss them, and I tried to throttle up to drive down the banking, and I caught the right rear tire into the rear bumper of the second place car and bounced off him and kept going. But when I bounced off him and kept going, suddenly my throttle wasn't doing anything and the right rear was sagging, and I thought I just had a flat for a second, and then I realized no, I have no power to ground. The right rear tire and axle, here we go with the big checkups from Hillen. The right rear tire and axle completely came out from the contact, the way I hit them. So had I missed that wreck, I would have restarted first with 2 laps to go and a single file restart. But and would have won probably my first race like the week my dad passed away. But ended up, caught a wreck in a weird way and lost an axle after running my ass off the whole night. And I mean, it was a great race with a terrible ending, and it was just kind of a bit of a almost representation of, like, I don't know, in a lot of ways my life up to that point with my dad and racing and everything is like, just when things started to seem like they were going really good, it just bam, it went terrible. And it was just the same, it was just a reflection of that, which is kind of weird when you think about it. But yeah, and I got all kinds of other weird stories from that night that were not fun. But on the positive side, though, the amount of freaking people that were willing to and wanting to help me out that week, and that showed up in my pit stall and that shook my hand and talked to me and told me a story about my dad and stuff, is insane. My dad knew so many people from racing, not just at my home track, but like a couple other tracks in the area in the 90s and 2000s and stuff, and 80s even. But like, it was the amount of freaking people, it was insane. I never saw more people gathered around one pit stall than mine that night. And I wish I could go back and just talk to everybody that was there and thank them for yeah, they were supporting me that night, but really they were supporting my dad is what it was. It wasn't about me, it was about my dad, and that I wish I could go back in time and thank them all for that. I'm sure they know I appreciate it, but like, it still would have been nice to do. You're gonna get some of these guys that pit early, have older tires. Oh man, excuse me, sorry. Like I said, I got a cough that's been haunting me for a couple weeks now. Alright, so we still got a few people ahead of us that have pit early. I don't know who exactly, but we should be able to pick up a few more spots yet. We're going to be top 25 here with the actual fuel thing fixed for Michigan, which is great. Earnhardt's going on to a win so far. Although Bodine's only a second back. He's not far back. And Bill's still 4 seconds back. Bodine gonna, with my mistake in the reset here, gonna make out like a bandit though, because he blew up on the first attempt. Here comes Dale. Oh wow, I really pulled Moroso through 3 and 4 there. I know he's got older tires, but I saw him dive in the bottom. I thought he'd go by. Oh, when we get to the rival ally screen, I still didn't fix the XX car.
CT Racing Corner said, yeah, that's pretty cool story, man. You have a lot of people came up to you, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the big positive, I guess, is I didn't realize how many people my dad had, like, impacted in one way or another. Not just in racing and at the track. I mean, there were plenty of people outside of that too, but man, I don't know how my dad did it, because he could remember everybody's freaking name. He could remember every name of every person, and like what their kids' names were, what their brother, sister, like, I don't know how he remembered names like he did, because I can't remember names for my friggin' life. I've tried many times, and like, there's only a couple ways I can somewhat remember names, but you have to have a certain name for me to even be able to do that, and it's literally by, when I meet somebody new, I have to, in my brain, be like, okay, they have the same name as this person, and this person that I know well enough that I'm not going to forget it. And then I kind of have to do that visual association of like, all right, in my brain, put that face with the other faces that have that same name, and that's how I associate them. And It's the only way I can remember names decently. But you have to know some. You have to have a couple people with that name to even try that tactic.
CT Racing Corner. Said that's how it was for me with my mom's passing. Everyone came to her funeral, and at the track the same day after her funeral, me and my brother went to the track to get our minds off what happened that night.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there's nothing worse to go through. Well, I mean there's
CT
probably
Racing Corner. Said we had permission from our dad to go out and get our minds off.
yeah, no, that's you have to do that. You have to give yourself a little bit of time away from the emotion of it all to properly recover. That's Sterling Marlin blowing up. That's a position. Go low, Bill. Go or don't. I mean, it's your loss. There you go. Ow. Oh, he just ran into me. Bill. I couldn't have been more out of your way. Unless I pulled over and hit the brake. No, yeah, I mean, you got... When you face stuff like that, I mean, it's... I don't know. It's one of the worst things you can possibly go through is losing parents, especially when you're younger than you should be. Losing parents is hard no matter when it is, but you know, like, I feel like to a point, the earlier it happens, the worse it is, or the tougher it is. But I don't know, man. Like, you have to decompress. You have to take those moments, and then you have to appreciate the stories people tell you about them, and you know, all that stuff. Because it's easy, like, a lot of times...
Said, yeah, I had my job to do that night and film for my channel. It helped, but I'm pretty excited for my shit next weekend. I get to put a GoPro on my helmet. Super excited, can't wait.
It's gonna be great, dude. I forget what I was saying. Is Ted Musgrave for... Yeah, he is. And Dick Trickle. They're both for position. Shoot. This is for a top 25. We got, what, 2 to go this time? Because we're lapped. They got way fresher tires. They're flying up here. Oh, but we're coming up on Bobby Hillen. Who's putzing around. I'll throw one block. I'm not throwing, he's diving in anyway. Didn't matter. Oh. Get under. He checked up. I was trying to get away from the auto brake there. Alright, well, Bobby Hillen's going to maybe give us this top 25. We can lose one spot yet and still be safe. Oh, Earnhardt and Bodine. Look how close that battle is.
CT Racing Corner. Said trying to be positive about it with mom passing and hearing your dad's story. It's good to have people alongside you to help you though your problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I looked back. Wait, the AI's pitting now? I'm going to get free spot. That's kind of dumb. Now they pit weird. Alright, well, we didn't deserve 21st, but we just got 21st because of that weirdness. Earnhardt won by 0.15 over Bodine and 1.6 over Bill.
A single caution lap was running the whole race.
You know, that's pretty amazing. It says a lot about the quality and true talent of these NASCAR.
I was going to say,
The 7 car
I'll wait till the
did a
MRN's done.
fantastic job at keeping his car away from trouble all race long.
Yeah, you never quite know what's going to happen in these NASCAR Winston Cup races. When you finish a race and your car still looks brand new, you've done one heck of a job as a driver.
Until next time, everybody, this is Joe Moore along with Barney Hall saying thank you for joining us for today's NASCAR Winston Cup race.
Doink. Here's where Bill hit us for no reason. Excuse me. I was going to say, for the... what are the words? What are the words? They're gone. My brain is, like, going empty here on me. For
Darius said that was a great highlight.
yeah, when he hit me.
CT Racing Corner said yeah. Nico Darius.
Oh, coming down pit road.
Down Pit Road.
Yeah, pitch road. Boy, the text-to-speech is so good. Buddy Baker with the top 10. Kenny Schrader got up there in the top 10. That's good to see. Ken Reagan 16th. Butch Miller top 20. We got 21st. Musgrave was right behind us there. And then a couple of, oops. Omaroso fell way back. My dad did not do well. Davey Allison was like the worst it's ever been. That's really bad. Shoot. No bueno. No, I was gonna say during that time, like after my dad passed, when everything was like just as tough as could be, day to day. Like I eventually realized, like I was looking a lot at Earnhardt Jr., Earnhardt Sr., and like everything that happened there, and how he kept moving forward through his life and dealing with that, and I kind of used that as a bit of inspiration to stay after it. I wish I could someday talk to Junior about that and thank him for being. I know he wasn't super public about going through that, but more recently, since his podcast, he's talked about things like that, and I feel like a lot of that's been helpful, and I wish I could thank him personally, but it's one of those things that I doubt will ever happen. If it does, cool, but yeah, so we got Mark Martin over Bill Elliott here. I wanted to check to see if we did not get the move of the race. Passing 3 people in a 4-wide move into turn 1 at Michigan is not enough to get move of the race. So that's fun. I wanted to check that quick. Alright, so we got this saved. Let's load up Bristol stats here. In the mod tool, shut off the pylon. I mean, I know it still shows on the stream just because the window's hidden, but the stream still picks it up. So load up Bristol 2 and Bristol 1 for these stats, and then Bristol here. Finalize. Oh, I could get the right car to show up here. There it is. Make sure that's unchecked. Make sure we got the right one here.
Said cheap viewers on streambo.com.
Oh, spam!
At YGTNedge.
Spam. Do we leave buddies?
Doodlebug 5.
Oh no, that's from last.
Said hi.
Hi, Doodlebug. Welcome in, dude. Alright, making sure everybody's full-time and part-time that should be. I have to switch this around from the Michigan race. Pearson's going to be in this one, driving the 41. Everyone else is part-time. So actually, there's going to be a lot of randomization filling the field here in this one, which is fine. Yeah, all right. Well, we got a lot of unknowns of who's going to be in the field. We'll load that up. We'll reset the game. Uncheck the cheats while we're flying through this and skipping the intro. Recheck the cheats. Load into career. Oh, I do have to check the team management stuff. So our engine shop's done. What's our money look like to do anything else? Okay, we could absolutely start the next thing. But I did want to see how much building a new engine would be, or okay, it doesn't, or not engine, engine. Oh yeah, 88K, start it. Let's go. It's gonna be 9 races till we get it, but let's get that rolling. Oh, my new paint didn't load in the career mode. That's weird. Well, it works on track. We know that, and that's all that matters. All right. Drafting. Efficiency. I think tire wear is the best thing to put it towards. Granted, our tire wear is pretty good. Can you do... No, we can't afford that. Alright, so... I'm going to do 6 races just because I don't want to rush this process too much and use up all our money. I want to leave enough to be able to build and repair other stuff. So we can repair right now down here. Let's see, we got 3 races till the next one's built. Do we even want to? We might even just want to sell this one.
Doodlebug 5 said imagine making like 40 cars full time.
Sell this one.
Maybe even more than 43 if that is able to work.
I've been trying to. Well, no, I mean, you can set more than that for full time in the mod tool, but then the game just kind of picks based on a different stat. But I wanted to figure out how to mod it so that we can have different, like more or less cars on track.
Said I think it does at Doodlebug 5.
Yeah, you can set 100 people to full time, or 40 people. Like that's fine. You can do whatever, but the game's still gonna try to put 43 cars on track unless you disable everybody else. Then it'll do however many you set to active. But because you can do 40 or less intentionally and make that your field size, but you can't do more than 43 in the current modding. You set them more to 43 to full time, but the race is going to be 43 cars. I should have sped up the loading screen. I didn't. Alright, let me reset the pylon. Live tools. Yeah, and I'll turn it on, no stat. And, okay. We'll qualify. I hate that they start you slightly in the corner, out of that corner there. Just start us in the middle of the backstretch for every track, and then we actually get 2 good up-to-speed laps. Not this, like, 1 lap that's slightly slow to start, and then 1 lap that's good. Although, again, the way that this game does the qualifying modification, it seems to make us faster than we should be in queue by a lot. And we have low-rated cars. Excuse me. Sorry. Alright, 12th. Let's see what Amaran has to say.
It's nighttime here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
It is.
And we're ready to go racing.
Del McCowart's in the field.
It's the
Or
Sharpie
Cowart.
500 brought to you by EA Sports.
Love that paint.
This is one of the most exciting tracks in the Nascar Winston Cup Series. So many cars.
My dad's right behind me.
Space. Wouldn't you agree?
The fancier love watching this race. There'll be some bumping and banging out there in this one. I can assure you of that.
How about the consistency shown by Mark Martin?
Oh yeah.
Mark
To have
Martin.
an average finish in the top 10 for the season is mighty impressive. It can often be the difference that wins championships.
So far, this has been a year to forget for. The Sears
Wow,
Craftsman
thanks.
car.
Man, that's the truth.
Wait,
It makes
this...
it even harder to
Oh,
focus on
because of what
racing.
sponsor it is. I'm like, the Sears Craftsman car, that's wrong.
Regain some confidence in himself.
Michael Waltrip, who's currently in the top 10 in points, will
Yeah, he
try
is.
to reach the next step, the top 5.
He's been working hard this season and is paying off so far. He'll need a good finish in this one to gain some spots.
Alright. Off we roll. I snuck in the bottom in front of Dale. I just cut off Dale Earnhardt at Bristol. What am I doing? Oh my god. I'll take dangerous moves for 1,000, please. Oh my god, is 50% too low for Bristol? Because we ran Bristol in the spring and got our butts handed to us, despite having them pretty low, percentage-wise. No, okay, they just, oh, thanks, Brett. They just bottled in behind us is all. Go ahead, Dad. Oh my god, I tried to give him the bottom. He wanted to run the top. Alright, fine, I'll run the bottom. Oh god. Oh god. Don't. Davey almost made it 3 wide. Oh, I don't have intervals on. Hang on. I'll pause on the straightaway. Okay, let me put intervals on for you guys. Sorry about that. Interval. Okay. Now we're good. They'll correct in a lap-ish.
Bug 5 said so you could make it to where only 36 cars are full-time, just like real-life RN.
Yeah, absolutely. What you do is, in the tool, you set the drivers you don't want to be in the field to disabled, and you leave the drivers you do want to be in the field as literally anything. Full-time, part-time, fantasy, it doesn't matter at that point. Because the game will use... It tries to fill 43 cars with full-time. If it can't, then it'll try to fill it with part-time, and if it can't, then it'll try to fill it with fantasy, and if it can't, then it doesn't at that point. Like in testing, I've literally done a race where it was like 1 car on track. So you can go as low as you want, but you can only go up to 43 without finding some other secrets in the game modding that I've not found yet. Granted, I haven't been actively hunting that one because that one's so hard to find. Literal, actual needle in a data stack, if you want to call it that. I mean, actually, I think I'd have a better shot of finding a needle in a haystack than finding out where the game limits how many cars load into a race. Also, I have a feeling even if I found where that was and changed it, it probably wouldn't work anyway, because what would it do with extra pit stalls? Because I think the game would just crash if I changed the correct value. Oh my gosh. We're getting swarmed. We're 3 wide. We're 3 wide. We're in the middle 3 wide. And no contact. How about it? Y'all make fun of my drive, and Nico and Falcon and everybody, I'd like to see y'all do that. Get swarmed in the middle 3 wide at Bristol in this game and not make contact with anybody, while still maintaining a half-decent corner for what your car is capable of. We're struggling. We seemed like we were decent pace the first 5 laps, and then after that, that was it. Whoa! Strickland gave us the bumper. He said, hut, hut, hike, and then launched me. That's a football joke, huh? I'm okay. If I ever don't make a stupid pun, then send help. Oh, God. I pushed it. There goes Neil. Rick Wilson's going to get us. Oh, boy. Oh, that's the leader. There goes Bodine. Oh, we're lapped already. Jeff Bodine's winning again. Well, Ricky Rudd's in second, though.
Bug 5 said imagine a 2016 Cuban Pesos car mod for Thunder 2004.
I don't... Oh, Cup car. What the heck did the text-to-speech say? I mean, you say imagine, we're gonna have that eventually. There will be a 2016 pack. It's just gonna take a while because we're I think most people are aimed towards getting the 90s stuff going further or quicker. Once 2003 is done. I could be wrong. I'm actually not 100% sure where the guys that are doing the 2003 stuff, what they're looking at next, if anything. I wouldn't be surprised if they all took a break because they've been hammering it out like night and day. Is the watch party still going on in Discord? Y'all got quiet in the chat that I know we're in the watch party. I'm just curious if you're still you still got it going or not. Oh my god, we're going to be dead last here in a minute. I have Bristol AI set to 50% what they're supposed to be for year one, and they still just blast off in rookie season. They're so much better than the default set here.
Charlie Fibrosis. Said yeah.
Alright, cool.
Nico Darius. Said yes.
I'm just checking. Y'all got
Nico
quiet.
Darius. Said it's still going on. Nico Darius. Said we're talking about how you're barely on the lead lap.
Barely on the lead lap. I'm lapped. I'm barely not 2 laps down at this point. The problem with y'all talking in there is I don't get to...
Said LOL. Kidding.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about how you're lapped.
Okay, cool. The problem with y'all talking in Discord, I mean, I love a good watch party, but problem is then I have nobody to interact with here. Oh man, we're gonna be dead last here soon. Alright, so now my scoring is more accurate than the game scoring, because it said I was 2 laps down, and I'm not when I went by the line there. But my interval says 1 lap down, which is correct. That's still hilarious to me that the in-game scoring gets incorrect with lap down situations versus... And I'm going off of data they have, so I don't know how they messed that up. Oh, Chad just hit the wall behind me there. Ah, what are we doing on the apron? Oh, Kenny Schrader blew up. I just realized he's a bunch of laps down and last. He's been struggling in points, Kenny has been, versus what I was expecting here.
Said, oh look, Ken Schrader is out.
Yeah.
Nico Darius. Said 1 free spot.
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm fending off Chad right now, but I don't know for how long. Granted, the next spot behind him is Greg Saxon. He's like 5 cars back here. So we might be just fast enough now to not naturally run, oh god, dead last unless we get doored by Pearson up the hill. Larry Pearson got us. Also, the sponsor objective is Jimmy Means, and I see him, but he's behind us yet. I forget how long it takes to do pit stops here. 5 gallons left, so we're like 3/4 of the way through the run, I guess. More or less. Ah. Missed that entry. Now he's there. That's for position.
Donald Bug 5. Said imagine a 2016 NASCAR Cup car mod for NASCAR Heat Evolution somehow. Cause there's a bunch of non-IRL Cup cars in base game for Heat Evo, so those can just be replaced by more IRL 2016.
We're not modding NASCAR Heat. I ain't touching that. Besides, I'm pretty sure there's already a group that has modded that. Or at least, well, I say modding. Texture packs are technically not mod. Well, it is. I don't know. It's a mod in the sense that you're modifying, like, the visuals of the game, but it's not a mod in the sense that you're modding the data necessarily. I guess if you do the driver names, then you are at least. I don't know. There's a weird line between, like, textures and modding, I guess. I don't know. No, I'm not touching Heat stuff. I'm not, unless it's the original NASCAR Heat or Dirt to Daytona. I'm not touching any Heat stuff. Oh my god, I'm just a roadblock right now. Hazard. Wait, is Tim up front? Oh, he's 16th. I thought he was for position for some reason. Okay, Jimmy Means his next position. behind us, and then Phil. I have two cars I'm physically outrunning from my way up front starting spot. And everybody's starting to pit now.
Doodlebug 5 said there's a bunch of random lower series schemes in Heat Evolution.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm not touching the Heat games, so don't matter to me. I'm all over the place, Dave. I'm sorry. Now you're getting held up by Marlin. Oh my God! Or he's just gonna drive right through Marlin. Well, I lost a lot of time, but we didn't wreck there. I panicked. That was nuts.
Said also it's cool Tim Richmond.
Oh, I'm out of gas. Oh no! I could not get to the pits there. I was out. Oh my God! This is gonna cost us so much freaking extra time we didn't have to lose. I blame Marcus for running right through Marlin. That threw me off so much. Oh my God. Boy. Alright, well, that all backfired. Yeah, I decided to put Tim Richmond. I have a lot of what ifs in mine. I mean, I released it too, but. Wow, he just hit my car. Derek Cope hit my car leaving the pit stall. I heard a crunch. That's funny. Well, we're gonna be last after the pit stop for sure. Last of the people that are still racing. Words. If they're running out, that costs us so much freaking time. So essentially, we need a well-timed caution to where we're the same amount of laps down as other people. Wait, the leader's still pitting yet? Oh, okay. Dale Jarrett was leading. He stayed out a while. Okay, the game says I'm 3 down, and my scoring says I'm 3 down, and everyone else is 2 down. That's not good. Is that right? Yeah. I mean, the game says everyone else is 3 down, but they're not. So I basically need a yellow, like, when I'm about to get lapped again for the most optimal setup here, but God, that sucked running out.
Doodlebug 5 said imagine a April Fool's or joke mod for Thunder 2004 where it's a bunch of schemes from the same driver.
Yeah, I've done that already. I did that as a meme. I forget what I mean, I don't think I've shown it, but I definitely did that as a meme.
Said I did one where my car rating was over 9,000 at Doodlebug 5.
Yep. Neko did a April Fool's stream. Clip the apron. Now the game thinks I'm 4 laps down and the other people are 3, which is wrong. Pylon is correct, game is wrong. Oh, I don't even know if you guys can see that. My camera's kind of where that is. Oh no, it shows it. I did Alan Kowicki, but it was just because it was a paint scheme I had when I was messing with the 90s setup, and I ended up just like testing it out with his car as everybody's car. Man, Dave Marcus has so much left front damage. Can you do a debris caution at some point? That'd be cool. But again, like, wait for... Nobody else is 3 laps down. I'm still just on my own freaking lap. This sucks. I still think if Dave didn't run into Marlin, I was thinking about pitting that lap, and then that happened, and I forgot all about it, and then somebody, I think Harry Gant was next to me when I realized, I looked down and I saw my fuel was 0.0, and I realized we were coming up on our pit entry, and Harry was next to me, so I could not make the cut. So that whole situation did not go well.
Dunnelbug 5 said you should do one for different driver who has like 40 different schemes, or at least a lot of schemes between top 3 series. Maybe a Mark Martin one.
I mean, I don't have that many schemes for everybody yet, so I can't. But you'd literally have to get 43 schemes for somebody. There's a meme. Somebody did that for NR03. There's a video on the internet where, or maybe it was iRacing. I don't know. The whole field was, I think it was iRacing. Now I think about it, they had a broadcast team and they had a race where the whole field. No, it was NR03 and the whole field was Michael Waltrip. And they did a voiceover like they were announcing it as if everybody was Michael Waltrip. So that's been done. I'm not gonna take all the effort to do it with multiple paint schemes. It'd take me way too long to do. I have way more important things to try to work on with this mod stuff and outside of this mod stuff too. So I mean, you're more than welcome to do it. It's possible. If you have the paints, you could do the meme. That's the thing. Anybody watching this, like, me modding this game the way I did, it was literally just like, I wanted to do it. Nobody had done it yet. I knew some things had to be figured out, and I knew I had some enough knowledge to make it happen. So, like, I want to do it. Nobody's done it yet. Let me try it. So, if you have a fun idea, like whatever you want to have a thing where you literally have 43 of the same driver in different paints or whatever, go for it. Don't tell me the idea, go do it. Make it happen. Make it a reality. Whoa, quickie.
Dunnelbug 5 said, how would you even label the schemes? Like driver names. Like driver name and then a year.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because I wanted to do a mod where it's like a Legends of the Series or a champion from every year or something like that, just to have them compete, or like, top 50 drivers in the history of NASCAR, but have their stats from like their best year or best 2 years averaged or something. But I don't know, like, I was thinking about it, and I'd have to either change something in the coding for the mod tool, or you'd have to name the folders differently so that the driver names are different. But then you'd also have to adjust the stats to have the different names so it matches up. So you'd have to mess around with it. But I was thinking of eventually adding that sort of functionality where you can add more than one driver, more than one with the same name, but then it says what year that their stats and paint scheme are from or whatever. But I didn't quite get there yet because it's not a big priority by any means. That's something I'll probably do when we're close to getting like all of the packs done, which is a long, long way away. Jimmy Spencer clipped me. Oh, that Venturini had to let me in. Oh, God. I just realized there were only 2 other people lapped the same amount of laps as me when I went a 4th lap down. So, yeah, we are literally just pretty screwed this race, I think. Unless we get a yellow during pit cycles, because we can stay out pretty long. Not the longest, but fairly long. I have to check my Larry Pearson paint folders, because I feel like something's messed up, because, well, we got a yellow. I'm literally just barely 4 laps down. There's a wreck, though.
Said Mark Martin 2002 has passed Mark Martin 1991, then they both passed Mark Martin 2012. What an epic move by Mark Martin.
We finally got a regular yellow, with no big deal, just a loop by Butch Miller. Yeah, that'd pretty much be how it go. Alright, well, no reason not to pit. We're 4 laps down. We're on our own freaking lap. Which sucks. Oh. Well, this is going to really shake things up. Alright, pit crew, no pressure. Let me win the race within the race where we're not actually racing anybody on pit road. Also, what? Oh, left rear changer. Who is that? Left rear changer. Or the rear changer. Robbie Leva. That's none of you guys, at least. Y'all are doing good. Ty hasn't messed up in many, many races. Oh, God. Why did it start me in 4th gear? Game? Why would you start me in 4th gear?
Doodlebug 5.
And now they're all
Said
pitting.
maybe in mod timeline said driver and mod clone themselves over and over again.
I mean, look, you could play whatever storyline you want if you make the mod. That's fine. I don't know. I like the idea of taking drivers from different, or making a mod pack for, like, I don't know. We have a guy in Discord that definitely is the biggest Matt Kenseth fan. He could make a mod that's Matt Kenseth every year versus himself. Like, that's, you could do that. It'd take a little bit of doing, but you can do it. So that's, I'm all for packs like that. So, alright. Good news is, with that yellow and the AI pitting in the dumb way that they'd like to pit and not pit with cautions, we're back in the hunt for getting some spots here and there. Wait, did Phil blow up or did he? No, he's okay. He's 5 laps down. So we got Phil Barkdahl because he pit under green just then, and we pit under yellow. There's also people who are going to be slower than us now that we have fresher tires, the ones that hadn't pit in a while. So we got an opportunity here. If we keep it clean and the yellow doesn't come out for a while, we can make up some spots and actually get in the race a little bit, or back in the race a little bit. Oh, it means, oh, he was pitting. That could have been really bad if I tried to commit to that. Actually, we were on the same lap as quite a few people. I don't know how that worked out. Because I was on my own lap when the yellow came out, and yet there's people on... Oh, because they just pit under green, duh. I guess. Because, I don't know, I'm still catching them. Like, Greg Sachs is up there. I can see him, and I'm not losing ground to him at the moment. And I think I'm gaining ground. Just gotta watch for people pitting here is the only thing to be careful of. But no, that weirdly timed caution will help us out for sure. And no, there shouldn't be a debris caution from anything stupid because Butch spun out and didn't hit anybody. So really it's just the pit exit glitch caution and potential of somebody spinning out are the only two things we gotta worry about at this point. Oh, that's a leader behind. When did you already caught me? I mean, I did start so freaking far back because of the single file of the lappers, or one lane being made up of lappers. We basically restarted half a lap down almost. Freaking Jeff Bodine's flying around here. Look at how many people are lapped with the way the yellows fell and everything else. Although Ricky Rudd and Terry Labonte up there is great. Larry Pearson, Tim Richmond top 10 right now. That's cool. I mean, we got pit cycles to happen yet, but it's fun to see for the moment. There's Rudd right here. He's not that far back. And then Marlin, who got just slammed by Dave Marcus when he came out of the pits. That was a pretty crazy moment. The fact that it happened right in front of us was nuts. So we have. Wait, do we have one more stop, or are we good to go? I think we're gonna be close. Actually, that's not great.
Number 3 is inside. You're clear.
Actually, for how many laps down we are, we're probably good to make it to the end. Excuse me. Well, I don't know. I don't remember how many green flag laps I went the first run when we ran out. Anybody paying attention to know what lap I pit under the first time? Like how far we can go here?
Smell both sides.
Doodlebug 5. Said another idea Team Pacific driver mods. Like a Hendrick Motorsports driver mod.
Far inside.
Yeah.
All clear, buddy.
I mean, you could kind of do that already, taking the Hendrick from 1990, which, I mean, isn't... It's 3 different drivers, I guess, at least. Right? It's 3? Actually, if you include Greg Sachs, is that 4? I don't know.
Number 9.
But you could do that with the 90 mod, the 2003, and the 2024 mod, and you could make about, like, 15 drivers or so. I mean, and we have the 04, 07. I mean, you could make a medium field out of that. You could do it right now. There's nothing... Like I said, you have to change... Well, no, if you don't have repeat names, you're fine. You could literally make that pack today with the mod tool as is.
You're clear.
That's all, like, literally already an option.
Into lap 100.
No additional code necessary, no additional finagling. You could set that up with the existing packs.
Smell both sides.
And you don't need me to do it. You guys have the tools for that.
Number 42, up high.
Nico Darius. Said I run Hondas in my mod pack.
Oh,
Nico Darius.
why?
Said
We're
there's a
in.
lot to do in this.
It's wearing down. Keep an eye on it. You're clear.
Doodlebug 5. Said I don't know how many drivers have raced for Hendrick Motorsports RN. So I don't know if it's 43 drivers, but it could easily be 43 different drivers.
Well, even if it's not 43, I don't think it's that many. But then again, people that had like 1 or 2 races here or there. But we don't have all the paints for all that yet. I'm saying of what's available today, paint-wise, you could easily get probably about 20 cars, I think. At least. I mean, heck, you could include Tim Richmond. I mean, he's in a fantasy paint right now, but you could include Tim Richmond without painting a car too, if you really wanted to. So yeah, like, let's think about it for a second. You got Tim Richmond, you got Kenny Schrader, you got Darrell Waltrip, you've got Greg Sachs. Anybody else this particular year? Got that cloud right there. I know, I'm trying to look at the pylon. It's Bad News Bears. And you got everybody that ran for Hendrick in 2003 already done and available.
33 car, up high.
And you could add Kyle Busch in
Doodlebug 5.
after that.
Said the days of Thunder drivers could count.
I mean, you could do what you want, man. It's your, like, make a mod pack, whatever you want. You want to throw Days of Thunder in the mix of that too, you can.
Smell both sides.
Oh, Ricky Rudd, I'm forgetting. Duh. Well, no, I guess Rudd wasn't Hendrick yet. You have to wait for the 91 pack for that.
Be careful, fuel's getting low.
Dunnelbug 5. Said me when Cole Trickle is faster than William Byron.
I'm not trying to like super hold these guys up, but it's just happening right now. Go ahead, D-Dub. No, don't make it 3 wide, Trickle. Do not. Wait, how did you guys get single file? I thought he was... Everybody just decided to run the top there, I guess. Swerving Irvin coming up. I don't have enough fuel to make it, do I? I think we are going to have to... Oh, God, Neil! Wow. I got fed the right rear going into that corner. He turned in really late. Oh, I'm waiting as long as possible to bring it in. Oh God, these are all the leaders right behind us. Ricky Rudd, Bodine, Marlin. I'm gonna try to not hold them up. I don't want to, well, I say as I'm holding up Bodine here. Go ahead. Oh God. Here, I'll let Earnhardt go too. The freaking top, the like, top 4? Yeah, top 4 are right there together. Rudd to Marlin. We're 6 laps down. We only need to get... Honestly, there's only like 2-3 laps to go. So we can make it, I guess. Because we're so many laps down. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can make it. No problem. I was forgetting the factor that we were lapped so much. So, oh, Jimmy Means is right behind us. This is the spot we need to hang on to. For our sponsor goal. Well, sponsor objective for Bristol anyway is complete. That was atrocious, but we got a lucky caution to help us out a bit. Oh, this is when I was out of gas. Great highlight. Oh, what is this? What is this? They showed the pit stop as a highlight, and it's just there with no crew. What? I have never in my life seen that in this game. Have you guys ever seen that? Is that new? We gotta go back to that. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's just... Check it out. And then there's Cope running in. Because Cope hit us. Because Cope hit us in pit road, it put this as a freaking highlight. Oh my God, that's so hilarious. I've never seen this. Doink. See, he damaged the right rear even. It crinkled in. Oh my God. Well, we may have just witnessed a new thing that's been either unnoted or undiscovered before.
Charlie Fibrosis said, I feel like the more y'all mod the game, the more it has weird, goofy things.
That one I don't think's a mod thing. I think that's just if you get run into. I want to dump this car here quick. I'm going to turn my texture dumping on because I keep forgetting to dump this. So I can replace this car with just a blank spot. Oh my God, that's crazy. So Ricky Rudd wins after Jeff Bodine leads 111 laps. He passed him with 5 laps to go. That's pretty sick. Earnhardt led a lap. Martin led 6. Got to get his number in. Terry Labonte, Larry Pearson, Tim Richmond, all with top 10s. Larry Pearson's is impressive. Dave Marcus 11th after he rear-ended Marlin earlier in the day. Neil Bonnet with a good finish, 14th. Man, this is quite a different field. Rusty faded. Rodney Combs with the top 20. I mean, that yellow and pit stops offsetting probably made some of that a mess. My dad got 22nd, which is pretty good. He's been otherwise pretty unlucky on the randomization. Let's see who's notable back here. I guess that's it. Oh, Kawicki blew up too. I didn't realize that. I mean, we knew Schrader was out, and then Kawicki also blew up. Oof. Yeah, it was a pretty interesting top 15, top 20 there, really. Quite a few different names up there, finally. Alright, Darlington is next, and I think we will run it tonight, even though, consider it a bonus race. I normally only run 3, but because I messed up on the first one, we'll do another one. So we can repair this guy. Let's see, hang on, hold on, how long? Hang on, hold on. I don't even know what I just said, but it sounded like a sequence of words that were interesting. So we'll repair that one. Next one's being built in 3 races. We could repair... I think we'll have one... Yeah, we'll do this one in... We'll do this one in 6. We'll just suffer a couple races here. Actually, I don't even know that we will with the 58 durability. We should be alright. Alright. Let's run Darlington here after it's saved. Let's get the mod tool up and let me show you guys that so you can see what I'm doing, so you're not just hearing me finagle with no direction here. Alright, Darlington number 2. We want Darlington number 1 up here, and Darlington in general. I don't remember if we wanted to lower that after the spring race, because these got reset on me. I forget if it was... I have a stat thing. Hold on. You know what? I don't have time to look for it. We're just going to go with 90 and see what happens. Okay, it does have this car. It should be showing this one on the career page, but it's not. I think it's because I moved that texture around, but whatever. Alright, Darlington 2. Make sure this is unchecked up here. Neil Bonnet in. DW in, even though he was injured. Make sure Parsons is in the field. Lake Speed. Mark Stahl. Sure all the other people are set to part-time. It should be Chad Little, Jack Pennington. Everyone else is part-time. Okay, so 41 plus me is 42, so we're really only gonna have one random person beyond the people that ran Darlington in the fall in real life. And let's reboot the game.
EA Sports, it's in the game. EA Sports, it's in the game. NASCAR Thunder, choose the 4.
Actually, I wonder if it's not reloading the textures. You know what? Let me reset them just to. I know it's gonna make a couple cars flickery or whatever, but I feel like it didn't reset the textures. But yeah, it didn't reset them properly last time. I don't see the 90s wheels on. I wonder if that one's not working. I mean, I had other textures in. I gotta swap some stuff in that isn't here, so I'll do that for next stream because I don't know. I was testing some stuff for the upcoming 2025 mod, and I swapped some files out, and I didn't swap them back in time. Alright, so we're going to run Darlington, and that's going to be it for tonight. Let's get to qualifying. I'm going to reset the pylon here. Tools, pylon on. Put it to no stat so it doesn't get all flickery here. And, oops, go qualify. Smooth out of 4 for the first lap so we get a good run for the second. Although we do keep out-qualifying what we should, although I said that now we're 38th in this one, so maybe we actually have to put a legit lap up and the qualifying stats are working the way they're supposed to for once. Oh, I did not run a good turn 2. I had a little bit too much speed to be able to cut to the bottom like I needed. A good 3 and 4 though. 27th is my guess. 29th. Oh, so close. Alright, let's see what MRN says.
MRN is here at the Great Southern Tradition, the annual Southern 500 here at the Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Every driver who comes here has one goal in mind. Don't add anything to the wall. What makes Darlington so
Don't worry about the
tough?
flickery paints.
This is an egg-shaped track with different links and different bankings in the east and west turns. That makes it very tough for the drivers. But the question is, why is it egg-shaped? Well, when it was built, the landowner decided he didn't want his minnow farm disturbed, so they simply pinched in the corners of what is now turns 3 and 4 to give it the distinctive egg shape that it's now famous for.
How about the consistency shown by Rusty Wallace?
Oh yeah, to have an average finish in the top 10 for the season is mighty impressive. It can often be the difference that wins the championship.
The Sears Craftsman car hasn't made much of a move in the points so far.
And how frustrating that must be. You're working
Is
just
what
as
it
hard
is.
as everyone else, yet you just can't seem to finish
Rookie year,
well
we're
enough
learning.
to gain the valuable points you need. These guys need a good finish just to regain their confidence as a team.
The 8 car must have had problems in qualifying
I
this
thought
week.
Bobby Helen's name was in the game.
Bad starts though. Nobody can start up front all year. You're gonna have a bad qualifying run now and then.
I guess not. Alright, some of the paints aren't loaded yet, but that's fine. They'll load as we go. Oh yeah, they all check up at the start. That's fine. We'll hold our spot. I'm not going to cheese it. Slight checkup down the back. Oh, I got loose in. Okay, we ran a really bad 3 and 4 there, but survived. Oh yeah, the famous off-turn 4 checkup in the first lap that almost always happens with the AI here when they're in a big pack. I mean, it can happen any lap, but it almost always happens the first lap. Running the new line here. Honestly, the apron line through 3 and 4. Big checks. The apron line through 3 and 4 in this game works almost as well as it does in real life. It's kind of funny actually, but it's one of the things Thunder got right and nobody knew. Couple smooth laps, settling in. They're door banging up there. That was Jarrett and Moroso that caught each other off of 4. We're kind of holding serve a little bit. We're a little bit slower, I think, than the people around us, but not doing too bad at the moment. I think I'm faster in 1 and 2. They're faster 3 and 4, but I also haven't been rolling the entry the way I did on the Q lap. And the leaders broke away with those big checkups off of 4. That must have been pretty far up the field that happened. Yeah, around 5th it looks like. Whoa, they're still door banging up there. That was Jarrett and I think Parsons that time in the 22. We're up top. Jimmy Spencer. I think that's Spencer. Yep. And we got the King here. Larry Pearson. That beautiful 41 car as I struggle out of 4. Man, they're swarming us now. I forget if they come back on long runs or not here, or if we fall off on long runs. I remember one of those. It's one extreme or the other, and I'm starting to think it's me fading the longer we go, but who knows? I guess we'll find out in a little bit. Dang it. Mark Stahl got us on the outside of 1 and 2. Oh, Chad Little blew up behind us there. Just glanced up in the mirror, saw him down low. And the good news is we've kept it clean here, but bad news is we faded a little bit to start. We'll keep after it, see if the tire fall off and all that affects it. I see my dad's fading like I am, or like I did. I still wish that I could, like, I can't wait to fix or to figure out where the ratings actually end up in the memory of the game so we can actually get proper final driver ratings, because I don't know, it frustrates me, the ones that don't work the way they're supposed to. So I put my dad's stats at Dick Trickle's, and I mean, they always perform way different than each other, or almost always. And Tim Richmond's stats are, well, you know what, he's top 10 right now. He's actually been running okay.
Nico Darius said, "I'm still here."
Well, that's good. My dad's holding up this group right now. They can't get by him. I think I'm faster than my dad's car. It's just touched the wall with the right rear. Run out of 2, scoop that apron. Yeah, perfect. Pack. And top 4 are so gone from the field. Straddling that apron through 3 and 4. Oh, did they just get together up there, or was I seeing things? I'm not sure if it's because they're being held up or if I'm actually coming back a little bit with the tires to mid-run here. Because Hillen doesn't look like he's being held up. He has a gap in front of him, but we ran him back down. But then again, Mike Chase behind us is catching us. He's chasing us down. Ha! I try. Oh, God. Oh, not into 3. Come on. He didn't get by me. I got by him. Pay attention. Oof. Bad entry to 3. Decent exit though. aggressive. Aggressive. Alright, so a couple of those guys that stormed by us early, we're getting back, so I think we're actually going to be okay on the long run here, based on how this is going. Balance out for the most part. Mark Stahl's still ahead of us, though. And we were side by side for, like, well, I mean, it's only been a lap, but this is a pretty good, clean battle going on with Jimmy Spencer. Oh, he's going to get clear of me again. And Mike Chase is here now, and he ran us down. And Rick Mast behind him, looks like. There we go. Got that exit. Yeah. Well, he's still there. We should get him in 1 and 2 unless I really botched entry. No, we're okay. That was a good battle. Now Mike Chase is friggin' digging. He's just gonna go flying right by us. Into 3. My God, he's hooked up. This is a pretty good race back here around 35th. There's a lot going on back here. Oh, my dad just had a really bad 1 and 2. Why you keep running the top, Pop? Run the bottom. Here, go to the inside. I messed up 3. Well, now he is going to go to the inside. Good run out of 4 will clear him here, barely. Dive it off into 1. There we go. Well, at least he's running the bottom now. Still top 35. That's the sponsor goal, is an average of top 35, so I'm okay with it. Still running these rookie season blues. I think I made some bad decisions with the money early on in the rookie year, which is why we're progressing a little slower than I was anticipating, but that's alright. I still feel like we could run some of these guys down up ahead of us here, but I don't know. That was a good turn 4, it felt like. Just a good lap in general. I'm gaining back on Mike here after he blew us away. Now that I have room to work the whole track. Because when me and Spencer were side by side for 2 laps there or whatever, I lost so much ground. And then after passing my dad, I messed up the next lap. Oh. Okay, almost hit the wall. I messed up after passing my dad. That cost us time too. I need to get a controller input tracker and throw that up on the screen because I think that'd be fun, or at least like, actually maybe even just get something that modifies it so it basically it's just a throttle and steering input little thing. I don't know. I'll have to see what I can find. I'll probably forget to check before next week, so don't expect anything. But I think that'd be fun to put like a little wheel and pedal thing like iRacing has on the that you can run optionally in the corner that shows your inputs. Especially for a track like this, because I'm doing a lot of, I mean, you guys can't tell, but I'm doing a lot of like part throttle, especially in 1 and 2. Like I'm full right now. Now I'm part throttle, lift, full, just to try to set up that exit if I didn't take an angle. So I don't know. I think that stuff's the little intricate things that some people might find interesting anyway. Really messed up 3. Had a good exit out of 4, but still didn't make up what I lost. Great turn 2. This whole pack's right here in front of us for the taking, but we're right at the end of the fuel run. This is quite a freaking pack, though. Look at the track map, or just look ahead when we come out of the corner. It's it's a big old train of cars, more or less. I mean, a couple of gaps in there, but still, this whole section of the field's running similar pace. Oh, I should have pit that time because we're kind of at the even split point, and none of the AI have pits. That means you wouldn't get held up in pit road, and we're gonna get lapped soon, so I might as well drop in now. I mean, ideally you'd want to wait till like right after you got lapped to bother, but I'm gonna come in this time. Do a 30-ish, 60-ish even pit. A little conservative, but not bad. Make sure you don't accidentally change the wrong amount of tires. Make sure you don't accidentally abort the pit stop like I did that one time at Watkins Glen. Okay, pretty good first run for Darlington. Clean, no real problems. I mean, the right rear, I just touched the wall with it, but I think otherwise I didn't hit anybody. Chad Little blew up, so I'll have to navigate him on exit every time. Again, now a gun jam. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was running so good. That really sucks. Man, we did not need a bad pit stop this time. I can't even be mad at the crew guy. That was a gun jam. The 47's out. Pennington. It's another free spot. I don't know where he was running before. I didn't see him the whole time, so I assume he was behind us. So, I mean, I say free spot, but I think that's one we would have had anyway, probably. Maybe not with the pit mistake. Who knows? It's funny it says Pennington's out, but Chad Little's listed as 8 laps down, or 20, or whatever, however many laps down he is. So I wonder if that means there's a chance that Chad might come back many laps down. your old tires out of here. That really cost me some time. Thanks, Greg. Well, my dad's behind me, which isn't too far different from where we were, but I had a couple laps on fresh tires to gain ground, and now he's on slightly fresher stuff, so I should have been a lot further ahead of him than I am, for sure. I'm also behind Jimmy Spencer and Rick Mast, and I was ahead of both of them. I don't even see, I mean, I see them, but like they're way out there. So we definitely lost like a crap ton of time with the bad stop. I wish the game gave the AI a little bit more random pit stops. At least the guys further back in the field, when the player is going to have like a not so great pit crew. Those guys I think should have at least, of the non-mistake stops, they should have a little bit slower than they do for the AI. Well, I mean, the AI doesn't get mistake stops, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I think they're, I don't know. I don't think their pit stops vary as much as they should. They do have a stack for pit crew quality, but I don't think it, I don't know. I don't have a good way to test that, but I don't think it does as much as you would hope. Alright, we're just short of halfway though. It's a long enough race, we could try to make up a lot of these spots yet. That said, I'm feeling the fatigue of a late night of racing last night and an early morning of getting up to wash the car and everything else. I'm starting to doze. I think I fell asleep around 2-ish in the morning, maybe later, and then I woke up at like 7:30 or something like that. So I'm on 5.5 hours of sleep after racing and adrenaline going and everything else from last night, and then washing the car, unloading all the tools, the tires, and all the different things. It's been a long day and a half, so I'm a bit wiped. and we're running Darlington on this. I didn't consider all those factors. We're gonna run Darlington, falling asleep. Not a great combo. I feel like I need to rub my eye here. Oiling up. Or not oiling up, it's... Oh man, I messed that corner up. It's like itchy.
Thompson 9869 said, how'd ya do last night?
I won the heat from the pole. We drew the pole, and then the feature drew 4th out of 12 for redraw. 25 cars total. We ran multi-class, so I have to put an asterisk on this, but I ended up second. The guy I ended up second to, he's raced at our track tons before in my class and in the street stocks, which is one class, well, when they had them. They got rid of the street stocks, and he went to a different track with his street stock and has been racing there. And so it was a special event, multi-track cars, multi-class kind of. You run your home track rules, and they have way more horsepower than us, but they have worse tires. But the unfortunate thing, we ran the feature pretty early in the night, so the track had a lot of grip. So the tire difference that he had versus me, or the tire advantage I should have had, wasn't big enough to make up for the motor difference. He'd gained 3-4 car lengths on a straightaway. I think we do have somebody off pace up here. He gained 2-3 car lengths on a he gained like 3 car lengths on the straightaway, sometimes 4. And in the corners, I'd gained 2 back, you know, most of the time. So basically, he was guaranteed. He just the longer we went, the more he was gaining, no matter what I did. I ran a really good race. Yeah, somebody came out of the pits. I wonder if Chad Little rejoined us.
Thompson 9869 said not too shabby, buddy.
Yeah, it was a good run. Look at this. Look at this mess up here. Who's off pace now? Is it Pennington? Pennington came back. He said out next to his name, and he came back. And we're gonna just. I kind of hate this, but I'm not gonna give up all the time. Just because the AI can't pass at Darlington. I really hate this feature in this game. I wish when they come back that they were actually of some pace.
Said free spots, bro, take them, LOL.
Yeah. I don't like to take the memes, though. I still think what it is, because every time I've seen somebody come back on track after they, air quotes, were out, or on pit road for a long time and came back multiple laps down, the only time I've seen that in this game, when they come back, they're missing a fender.
Said we're free positions.
Yeah, I don't like getting them that way, but you know, it is what it is.
Thompson 9869 said good money day, LOL.
Yeah. I mean, it makes up for my pit crew sucking on the first stop or having an air gun problem or whatever. Because we were running... What was I running? I was running top 35, which is good enough for the rookie season. And I think I was faster than people long run, and I don't know. Just figuring it out. Yeah, 34th, okay. I didn't know if you were here long enough to see that. Yeah, I'd have been happy with that if I could have got back there. But now we're sitting freaking 19th here. And we're only going to get more, like, look at that whole pack is still, oh god, now I hit the wall not looking at the road.
Said been here since lap 7, LOL, just been quiet and listening.
All good, dude, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to get so many more spots because the AI cannot freaking pass at this track. Like, this is going to be a ridiculously good finish for us just because of silliness, unfortunately. I'd much rather it be under legit circumstances. Or even, like, a poorly timed caution. Oh, now it says Ricky Rudd's out. Yeah, he's falling down the order there. There, Pearson's catching us.
Thompson
he could have if he didn't.
Said now you did get the tires warning about 5 laps ago, just an FYI.
10-4.
Darius said it is legit.
Is it legit?
Nico Darius said so you are getting spots. Nico Darius said in a driver is under blue flag.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's Darlington and it's dumb AI that's making it happen. It's not the same people. No, it's fine. Okay, what we get. So I want to pit around like 61. Into lap 61, I guess, is what I'm targeting now. Man, this is really going to mess up the running order too in general. You can see them all shuffling there. Or maybe that's pit stops. Never mind, that's pit stops to make it shuffle like that. Oops. The AI doesn't even stay below the yellow line through 1 and 2. I always thought that was the pit exit thing, and that's what I tried to take when I pit last time, but the AI runs above it 1 lane. So I guess we'll run 1... Oh, God.
Thompson
1 lane above it.
Said Gen 4 iRacing Darlington with old school big spring setup. Sounds like a fun race.
Yeah, no. Default set, whatever it's got. But yeah, no, that would be fun. Run a fixed setup server with that. I ran the Legends car in the rain at a road course on very short notice and had a freaking blast. And the funny thing was, I didn't know they had it as open setup, and I'm like, well, I don't even know what to start with. And instead of doing the iRacing default, which I probably should have,
Thompson
I looked at my
9869
setups.
said default is a coil bind currently in Gen 4s.
Oh, okay. Jeez. I had I looked at my setups, and I had a setup that said Sonoma or Infineon 2008 in the Legends car, and I loaded it and it worked, and I'm like, how the frick does this setup? I don't care what car it is, they've updated them so much and updated so many things, but a 2008 Infineon setup drove okay for the Legends car in the rain at some other track. But I had such a blast doing that. That was so much fun. It was so random though. Alright, Morgan. Nope. I missed the entry. Still didn't hit the wall. Get that exit though. Wait, wasn't Pennington? Hold on. Unless he pit again. So I was gonna say, I thought the big pack was in front of us that got held up, but now they're going
Thompson
fine.
9869 said rain racing is fun, man. I've given up ovals and mainly do road races too.
Yeah, I mean, my big problem, I might not be far behind you. I mean, I might make my return. I don't know. My big problem is I can't run an oval race without getting uber competitive about it in iRacing. And if I'm uber competitive about it, then I'm not having fun unless I'm, like, kicking ass.
Thompson 9869
And I miss the days of just having fun running 20th. Yeah. Like, I mean, there were you rewind time and put me against the right group of drivers. I mean, running the Coke and the Peak Series and stuff, like just being in the series, I didn't care if I ran. I mean, I cared a little bit, but I could run 25th in that series and be happy about it because it was the top, top of the tops. But in league races, it's like if I'm not right there in the mix for the win, I'm disappointed, and it sucks. Like the fun of just racing people has kind of gotten lost in the competition side.
Thompson
Once you have that
9869
success.
said same.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you know. Dude, I would pay a lot of money to go back to when you and I were doing the two-car tango stuff at the super speedways. I will never forget. I don't know what race it was as far as whether it was league or official or what, but I will never forget the race where I think you got a speeding penalty or something, and we were like almost a lap down and drove through the frickin' field and got all the way to the front, like just two-car tangoing better than everybody and swapping smoother. Like that was insane. I don't know if I have that race replay somewhere, but I should dig that up if it would still
Thompson
load.
9869 said new ARCA is tandems.
Oh, sick! Really? Oh man, we could do it. We can make our big return of team drafting. Oh, I was supposed to pit 3 laps ago. What am I doing?
9869
I'm reminiscing.
said yes.
Crew chief comes on the radio. You were supposed to pit 3 laps ago. What are you doing? I'm reminiscing with my buddy Thompson.
Thompson 9869 said box this lap. Guy Snyder 4 said NR 2003 leagues were great.
I mean, so were iRacing leagues. I hear you, but they were just as good in iRacing.
9869 said box.
We're not. I'm not road racing right now. No box. Oh,
Thompson
pit crew.
9869 said LMAO.
Thompson, I should throw you on the crew in one of the random spots that are still open here. Anything without an asterisk is an open spot. I mean, I do it random, so you don't get to pick, but I don't know, can make you the Jackman or something, maybe. I'll have to throw you in there. If I remember, between this week and next.
9869 said sure.
Then I could yell at you when you make a mistake. Oh. What was...
Thompson 9869 said air gun jammed again.
Did it? It showed weird cameras there. Like, it showed cameras like there was going to be an error, and then I didn't quite see an error happen. But, yeah, literally freaking lost time again in the pit stop.
Guy Snyder 4. Said fire the left front changer. Thompson 9869. Said left front air gun.
Well, last time it was the rear. This time it was the front. Ay, ay, ay. We need new air guns. It's not the crew guys. We need new air guns. Where's that option in the Thunder career mode? If the new 2025 NASCAR game does not have the option to invest in new pit equipment because your pit equipment sucks, and you switch brands and you have to choose whether you want DeWalt tools or Cobalt or whatever, and you switch brands between stuff, like, if that's not an option, I quit. No, I'm kidding. I know it's not going to be an option, but that'd be cool. Who spun out and no yellow? There was a wreck and no yellow. It's 1990. This is what they do. You wreck and it's stay green.
Thompson
Nobody died.
1969. Said I hope it's available on Game Pass so I can use all my sim gear.
I mean, they're going to release on PC, so you can use all your sim gear. They have confirmed a PC release. I want to know who wrecked. Well, there's no way to tell, but...
Said righteous.
Heck yeah. Oh, there's Pennington. There, he's still off the pace. I hadn't seen him in a while. I wasn't sure. Although there's only, right now, one person held up by him. Marlon's blocking me from a mile away. Oh, Sterling. Whoop. Here, I'll pin you behind Pennington. Earnhardt's stuck. Go, Dale! Okay, bye.
Thompson 9869. Said I wouldn't mind getting 2K3 loaded back on the rig and running some of it again.
I tried it a few years back and it just, I don't know, it's a good time, I think, with the AI, but I don't think it still, I don't know, I don't think after iRacing it didn't hold up as well as you'd expect.
Guy Snyder 4. Said Superman on new tires.
Yes, sir. Well, and Pennington holding up the whole field is what happened there.
Thompson 9869. Said it did for a few years.
Yeah, it held up for a while, but it definitely, returning to it after, in the past few years,
Said
really...
NR4 with a controller is fun with friend. Guy Snyder 4. Said
Yeah.
yes.
I'm just saying, though, returning to NR03 in the past, like, 2, 3, 4 years really helps you appreciate how far iRacing has come over the years. Because when you're... It's like anything. When you're in it consistently, and you see the little updates, and updates are fun for, like, a week or two, and then you settle back in, and you're like, it really hasn't changed much. It's like, no, actually, it's changed a crap ton. It's the same thing as, like... I don't know, if you real life, you're slowly gaining weight. Like, you know, over the course of a year, you gain 10, 15 pounds. Day to day, you didn't realize it. When you look back on that year, you're like, man, actually, I did gain weight, and you could see it. But, like, it's just, when you're in it, you don't notice it.
9869. Said it has changed so much.
Yeah.
But then again, we're founding members.
Yeah, we're old dogs. And who says we can't learn new tricks? I freaking learned how to mod this damn game. There's a new trick. Watch this. Oh, too early, too early, too early, I bailed.
Thompson 9869. Said you went to school for this stuff, though.
Well, I went to school for game development, which is not what any of this modding stuff is. Nothing I learned in... okay, making the mod tool...
Said I wish NR4 was more modable.
Making the mod tool itself was stuff that my education helped with a little bit. But the actual original modding itself and like figuring out all the data and where it's at and how it calculates to whatever extent I could figure it out, that was, I could have done that without any of my college knowledge or job knowledge. But making the tool to make it easier for everyone else to use, that took some of my current job knowledge and all that. I don't think college education was necessary for what I've done with this. But I definitely was passionate about it, is what helped. NR4 still got people modding it. There's a small community still messing with it. It's just that it was such a weird title. People moved... Like, most people went from NR3 to 2003. There wasn't really a lot of people that got 4 or 2002 for that matter. So it doesn't have as much of a cult following. But there's a Discord I'm in that has a channel for NR1, 2, 3, and 4 all separate. And there's still people, I see people posting the NR4 stuff pretty much as often as the other channels. So it's still, you know, people are still messing with it. Oh, I don't want to get behind Pennington. So look at my mirror. He's missing the right front here. See, he's missing the right front, and the right front looks flat. Like, it looks like it's flopping. I'll have to pass him on the outside if I get to him again before it's over. Because we're so far ahead of where we should be, I don't care if I lose time. But I've seen this before, so what it seems like happens is when they pit, lose a bunch of laps, and come back out. They come back out with no right front fender and a flat tire, which is what makes them slow. And I don't know. It's weird how this game does it like that. I really hope we get to him again. I don't know that we will, though, because 10 laps is not enough time. But you would think after he'd pit, then his right front would be fixed, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, maybe that's a bug in how they coded the cars coming back after being laps down. Maybe they messed that up in the original code and they just never knew it or figured it out. Because you think about, without having a debug option or being able to force that to happen to drivers, like, it'd take a long race to have that happen and a chance of it.
Said, I thought NR4 wasn't as modable as NR 2003 because Papey released the patch to allow it because EA bought the Nascar rights. Thompson 9869. Said simulates suspension damage law. Thompson 9869.
Yeah.
Said happy little mistake.
Well, I'd have rather them come out and just be laps down and like a little off pace, but not this off pace. No, Guy, I don't think Papyrus released the patch to allow modding. The patch was a patch. It was a regular patch of fixing bugs. The game was moddable just the same. PC games are way easier to mod than console games, even with emulators. It's still easier to mod PC games, and I just think they didn't. I don't think they did anything special. This is the battle for the lead. I'm getting out of the way. This is 1-2 right here, Mark and Bodine. I ain't gonna ruin a good battle for the win. And then Derek Cope behind us, he's third.
Thompson 9869. Said internet wasn't as big a deal during NR4.
Yeah, but I mean, there's more mods for NR2 than there are NR4. So I wouldn't even count that as the factor, or the main factor anyway. Does anyone see a big pack on track? I wonder if we're going to catch Pennington. I see a big group there on the backstretch.
Thompson 9869. Said just old farts reliving the glory days.
That's it. Hey, I'm telling you, there are people modding NR4 like now. It's still happening. So, I don't know. And I know NR3 especially has a lot of mods too. I haven't looked in a long time, but I know they had a COT pack with like you know, whatever the last year of the COT was, I saw a mod pack with that. The car model and the paints and everything. Alright, well, we see... Oh, they're wrecking. Oh, there's troubles. I want to show you guys Pennington's right front yet. Oh, there's troubles. What the heck is going on? Look at this traffic jam. Look at this. This is like 30 cars. This is like the start of the race. I want to show you guys Pennington's right front and show you that it's definitely flat.
9869. Said NR2K3 had a mod pack floating around that was a rip of 2012 E-Racing LOL.
Oh, jeez. I didn't see that one.
Thompson 9869.
Oh!
Said I had it at one point.
Of course you would. No, I'm trying to get Pennington to go low, but he can't. Okay, I'm messing the whole order up. I just changed the lead there, I think.
Said, but NR 2003 has multiple car physics built, and NR4 only has duck cup, I think.
No, maybe he doesn't have a flat. It looked flat in the mirror. He just has no right front fender. I want to get to his outside. No, give me the outside. No, okay, it's not flat. But look in the mirror. Does that? It looks flat in the mirror. Oh, maybe the low poly model of the car does not show the whole freaking tire like normal, and it just looks flat because you don't normally see that part of the tire. Because the rearview mirror has a really low poly model. I just realized we're 15th, and I'm giving up spots trying to show shit. Oh God, no, not Moroso. No, don't do it, Moroso. Sorry. Thanks for not right hooking me there. Well, we just stole a top 15 because of silliness, but apparently he doesn't have a right front flat. He just doesn't have a right front fender, so I don't know how this game works sometimes. Mark Martin, Bodine, and Earnhardt. Heck, the top four were within a second because of the bottleneck.
Said square tire.
Square tire. Will I get move of the race for passing like 20 cars in a lap?
When you finish a race and your car still looks brand new, you've done one heck of a job as a driver.
This has been NASCAR Winston Cup Racing, brought to you by EA Sports and MRN.
Doink.
Next up is Richmond.
Alright, well, that's it for that one. That's going to be it for the stream too, but we're going to go through a few things first. So Mark Martin, who is our points leader, leads not the most laps, but
said I will give EA that their career modes were great.
oh yeah, absolutely. That's the reason we're modding this one, is because it was the best thing. All right, Ernie Irvin won the top with a 6th place, top 10. Nobody else super notable up there versus the guys you'd expect. Us being 15th is notable because we shouldn't be. Davey Allison, Kenny Schrader, bad runs for them. Tim Richmond, bad run because I still don't have those ratings fixed fully. Same with Neil.
Thompson 9869. Said old Mikey didn't normally run that good back then.
No, he did actually. Mikey? Mike and Waltrip in 1990 was a hot shoe. Look at his stats. I'll bring them up for you. Hang on, not Excel. Let me.
Thompson 9869. Said really?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. That's why Earnhardt was wanting to put him in his car, because he was impressed by Mikey in the early 90s. Hang on, I'm bringing up stats here. Michael Waltrip. He was 16th in points on the year. He had 5 top 5 finishes, 10 top 10s, and 17 top 20s. And that's with 7 DNFs. He had a lot of DNFs, but he still like had a lot of upfront races. He didn't win, as we all know. But he finished, like, just to put that in perspective, he was 16th in points, right? 17th in points was Harry Gant. 18th in points was Derek Cope, who won 2 races in 1990. Bobby Hillin Jr. was behind him. Darrell Waltrip was 20th. Like, he was ahead. Mikey was good. I mean, he maybe wasn't top 10, but he wasn't... I mean, he had 10 top 10s. That's a third of the season. So, I don't know. Alright. So then, again, yeah, we had 4 people drop out. 1 came back. And you know what? Honestly, Pennington came back. He passed Ricky Rudd when he came back.
Thompson 9869 said, "How's the married life treating you, buddy?"
Good. We're living life. I'm still doing all the fun stuff I like to do, and we're still enjoying, obviously enjoying our time together. Yeah, by the way, Mikey was a surprise winner in our career. He won Infineon. That was kind of fun. Okay, so Mark Martin. Oh, yeah, the pictures are not going to load. Give him a second. Mark Martin over Bill Elliott right now is still our points leader. Blind in third. Rusty Wallace, Kawicki, Ricky Rudd, Sterling Marlin. Again, these pictures take a minute to reload. Earnhardt 8th. Mikey 9th, and Darrell Waltrip top 10th. Just 10th in points. They've been swapping these two. Although I thought they were swapping 10th. Maybe Cope fell out. But the other thing I want to see is if we got the move of the race or not. Nope, we still didn't. So this is the one thing I will never figure out in this game. How the move of the race is determined. We figured out just now at Darlington, passing 20 cars in a lap because of a slow car, but passing 20 cars in a lap is not the move of the race. We learned it at Michigan. Making a 4-wide pass down the front stretch into turn 1, gaining 3 positions in one move is not the move of the race. How the heck this game determines the move of the race will be a question I don't expect to ever answer, but is probably the one I'm most curious about.
Thompson 9869 said, "Wreck avoidance."
I'm good at that though, dude. I mean, they weren't. What if they don't wreck? I don't know. I've not seen how that's done. Yeah, I forget what I was gonna look at. Oh, our rookies got reset. Well, that's not right. Oops. I have to make sure I didn't mess that up. No wonder we've been getting rookie of the race the past few races. I didn't think I beat Moroso at Bristol or any of the guys. Well, that got screwed up somehow, but... Alright, well that's going to do it for the stream. Next time we have... What do we have? We have Richmond is next. I see that, but after that... Next stream, Richmond, Dover, and then Martinsville. 2 short tracks and 1 tough mile. Although, I gotta remember, I think Dover, it says 400, but it should be the 500 mile equivalent, which it says 125 laps, so that's correct. So it's the longer, I used to run 500 miles at Dover for those youngins that don't know. Yeah, and then we're nearing, we only have 2 more streams after that, really, till the end of the season. When the season ends, I got plans for other stuff to stream Saturday night. It may still be this game. I'll put some polls or a poll up in the Discord when we get closer to that point, and let you guys decide what I'll stream until the 91 pack is done. I still got a lot of work to do on the 91 pack because we've been doing a lot of fun modding stuff lately, so I haven't had time to work on the paints as much. But it's still coming. And once the 91 pack comes out, then we'll continue the career. We'll switch back to the normal thing here. But let me save before I forget to. And the backup. Speed up the game. Make saving faster. Imagine that back in the day. Being able to speed it up. But yeah, I've got plans for some other fun stuff. We'll just see what you guys want. Just make sure you vote in the Discord when I put that up. And let you guys decide what fun we will have together, I guess. But thanks everyone for tuning in. and everyone who's watching this back on YouTube. Appreciate you guys as well. These have been getting decent views. I'm pretty happy with it, so I appreciate it. But hey, if you got racing buddies that you know might think this stuff's cool with the old modding, be sure to hit them up and throw them my way and say, hey, look, this guy made some cool mod and shit. You should check it out. That's minimum I'm asking for as for all the effort that went into making all this possible and continues to go into this. I mean, granted, now most of it's in the hands of the painters. I'm painting some stuff, but there's plenty of other people that have been painting a lot of stuff, especially for 03 onward and all that. So much appreciation to those guys too. But have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you maybe on Thursday and definitely next Saturday. I don't think we have any plans, so should be streaming at least once this coming week, maybe twice.